What's up, y'all? Another beautiful evening here in Amarillo, Texas. Not too bad for February. I'm out here riding in nothing but a hoodie. Well, I mean, I got pants and shoes and all that, but you know, I don't have my coat. It's like my bike says 59 degrees. I believe that feels like it's nice. Nah, dude, you ain't cutting me out, brah. Nah. I know as a bike I probably shouldn't pick those fights, but man, I'm a dude. I got pride, you know. So everything been going really good for me. Update on my life, you know. I've been, dude, it's weird. Like, I'm in my 40s now, and I'm finally like living my best life. Like, all my wildest dreams been coming true through hard work and all that, and just grinding and doing, you know, doing my thing. My job's going great. Right now my waistline's a little sore. I've been getting a lot of new tattoos lately. I just finally finished one I got. Been getting across my lower stomach under the belly button. 10 out of 10, don't recommend. So anyways, off to the topic of the video. You seen the thumbnail, you seen the title, you clicked on it. You probably don't want to hear about my life and my tattoos. So tonight I'm going to talk about my journey of riding, basically, like the different bikes I've had, what brought me to it and all that. This is gonna be a little bit longer one because it's passionate, and I like the story. It's my story, of course. Why wouldn't I? But I like the story. So I didn't start riding till 2016, spring of 2016. So I'd wanted to a few times over the years, and I had almost bought a rocket a few times. Almost bought a 600 RR back in the day, and I had the money for it. That's back when I was doing extracurricular activities that required to cross state lines. We'll get into my story down the road. I've been in jail a lot. I've lived it, man. I've done some crazy stuff. I've lived a life some people probably won't believe if I tell them, and that's cool. I'm not here to make no one believe me, but I decided to get 6A. I was just a little dumb mofo, and I didn't want to die just yet. And I think I would have hurt myself back then, you know. And I don't want that, so I didn't. So I went to prison, and I actually hit the yard in 2012, the penitentiary, Wyoming. And while I was there, I just realized I'd been so focused on money that I never chased my dreams, man. I never did the things that I wanted to do. So when I got out in 2015, it was late 2015, like August, I decided that nothing was going to hold me back ever. And that was on my list, to get a bike. I actually, when I got out, I had a bunch of goals written down. 1 month goal, 6 month goal, 1 year goals, 5 year goals. And I found that list later on in my closet because I'd forgot all about it. And I smashed all of the ones that I was able to. I mean, there was some on there that wasn't possible. I was going to go to school, but I owed back student loans. It just wasn't a possibility. But so I ended up, I went to get a 600 RR. I always had a thing for Hondas. I know, you'll see all the Kawasaki's now. We'll get to that. So I always had a thing for Hondas. So I went to get a 600 RR, but and I didn't know nothing about bikes, man. I thought they all did 180, you know, blah, blah, blah. I didn't know the difference between sport, super sport, and all that. So I was looking at the 600 RR, but it was shiny black. But this flat black 600, as you can tell, I like flat black. This flat black 600 or 650F caught my eye, right? And the salesman, they didn't want to sell me a bike anyways because they were afraid I was going to, you know, unalive myself on it and all that. So they just fed right in. Like, 650's great, you know. And it's funny, I remember I was torn on the extra 50 cc's. It's like, I don't know, man. It's like, it can't be that much faster, right? I know. Is he? Okay, cool. I get front spot. So I ended up buying the 650F. And I took it real easy for a hot minute, you know. I didn't want to hurt myself. I was older. I was in my 30s by this point, so I was a little bit smarter. I didn't just go out and rip the throttle. But the first time I took it over 100, I was real disappointed in the performance of the whole thing, right? I mean, if you rode a 650, you know they just don't compare. So there's this Repsol, this 2015 1000 RR Repsol. They're just beautiful bike that I'd been eyeballing when I bought those. And I told them, you know, and it'd been sitting there for a while. No one had bought it, and it really just stuck at me. And I was like, well, I don't want to buy a leader bike, you know, like I'm afraid. And the salesman, he put it to me like this. He was like, look, man, it only goes as fast as you make it go. It's not like it's just gonna run away on you. And I was like, all right. So that convinced me. So After I want to say it was a month or so of owning the 650, I bought the Repsol. Ironically, a week after I bought the Repsol, I high-sided the 650. I know, right? Buys a leader bike, wrecks a little bike. Yeah, so I high-sided that, and it was highly fixable, but I was still real new to the game, real naive, and so I went and traded it as it was for a 07 R1. Man, that thing was an animal. I just got rid of it like about 3 years ago now, actually. The 07 R1 was the last bike I had before I got my 636. So I got the 07 R1. You know, had that in the Repsol for a while. Went back and forth on them. If you saw my video a couple days ago, I wrecked the Repsol. When I did, I took the insurance money and I went and bought a 2012 Kawasaki ZX6R. I thought it was a 636. I'd been wanting a 636. I'd heard everyone talk really good about them, and I wanted one. It wasn't a 636, still a great bike. I would totally own another one. I loved the look of it. I like those little soft headlights and like the side vents it has on it. Just that does it for me. So I got that, and then due to some unfortunate circumstances and me reverting to my old ways, I had to go do a couple years. So I only had that for about a week or two before I had to go do a couple years. Got out. Unfortunately, I had to sell one of my bikes to get a car. So I sold the 6 for about half what I paid for it. Real insulting, but you know, the thing about salesmen and dealerships, they can smell blood in the water. They know when you're in a tight spot, and they will capitalize on that, you know. So I sold that. Had just the R1 for a while. Ended up selling that to my buddy. Then I had no bike for about a year. I know, sad times, sad. I also, ironically, I went through a lot of mental health issues in that year. Related? I believe so. And then I moved down here I sold my house in Wyoming, moved down here to Texas, and I made a decent profit selling my house and good turnarounds. So I was able to, one of my stipulations, my wife's like, I want a 636. So I bought my 2022 636, the one I still have in my garage. I'm doing some work on it right now, but I rode that for the last 2 years. I've actually had it just over 2 years, and then I bought this about a month ago. This is a 24 ZX10R. I've been wanting a ZX10R. Man, they're just on top of the game right now. I can't nobody touch them, and honestly, I like Kawasaki. I've been leaning more and more towards them. I've never owned a Suzuki. I just, not that I think anything's wrong with them. I mean, I can make the jokes. We all know the jokes, the rainbow jokes, but it's not like that. I don't think they look good. They're not an attractive bike to me. I think the tail's cool, but that headlight kills me. I do not like the Superman headlight. Ooh, there must be water around here. Got a little chilly riding through here. You can feel it, like, woo. Water always cools the air down a little bit. Ha ha. So that's the bikes I've had. That's my progression of bikes. That's my little story on it. I love the 10R. I'm just, dude, I actually want to start drag racing it this summer. They haven't they don't really have any tracks here, nor can I really afford the track. I'm not rich, man. Don't let the bikes fool you. I'm in a good spot, but I mean, track days are fairly expensive. I'm more of a cornering guy, don't get me wrong, but it's just not a reality at this point in my life. So I think I'm gonna go start drag racing this summer. I want to see if I can get under 10s. I just want to know. If you guys want to see videos on that, I will video it. I will post them. I will hold myself to my word on it, because I have this thing where I say I'm gonna do something and I talk myself out of it. I won't do that. I won't disappoint you guys. We'll do some drag racing videos at a track, so hopefully YouTube doesn't strike me on it. We know they're a little wild about the motorsports stuff. You know, it'd be closed environment. Yeah, I want to do that, and once I get done with a little bit of work I'm doing on my 636, I'll be on that a lot more, because I'm gonna daily the 636. I want to kind of, you know, I've put 20k miles on the 636, most of them in the first year and a half I haven't rode it much in the last 6 months. I've beat it up pretty good. The bearing, you know, is dusty around here. It needs all new bearings. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing a valve adjustment. I did the clutch, and then I'm a YouTube mechanic guy, so bear with me. I left a part out, and I thought I did, but I couldn't find it in my clutch, so I put the bike back together, found the spring. It was just this little bitty spring. The clutch worked, it just didn't have a very big grab point, so I'm putting that back together, got a new clutch cable for it. Yeah, I'm gonna give her some love, give her some TLC. I'm gonna take pretty good care of my bikes, but I really did kind of just flog that one. I dailied it and I rode her hard. That's the one I got in my chase with the cops on. I mean, it's been through some stuff. When I go to work, where I work at, there's like 2 miles of it that are dirt road. In the summertime, I take my bike to work, so the dirt road doesn't do any favors, and it sits in the blowing dust all day. It's a thing. So anyways, y'all, that's my story. That's the story of my riding career, my credentials. I welcome y'all to my channel. The channel's been just going crazy lately, man. I love y'all for that. It's so cool having this vision and seeing it come to, and it's crazy to me that this many of you actually like what I have to say. I mean, so there's a lot of self-doubt that goes into this stuff. So man, for the new people coming, the people who've been here, everyone who watches my videos, man, hey, I love y'all, dude. Thank you so much. Like, it's so cool, dude. What's going on here is so cool and beautiful. And yeah, I just appreciate every minute of it. I'm having a blast, dude. I love just riding around and recording, dude. It's just, this is the best. I'm gonna come up with like cool ideas this summer. I want to do stuff like, I'm gonna make stickers. I have a sticker machine. I want to like go like hand them out around town, stuff like that. You just random people, the cool stuff that makes people smile. You know, like everyone has this negative image of bikers because we're always going fast, weaving in and out of traffic, doing the dumb stuff, being hooligans, and getting mad when they didn't see us and we thought they tried to run us over on purpose. So I want to do some stuff to help combat that image, y'all. So we're gonna have a good time here. This summer is gonna be epic. Appreciate y'all being here. Peace.